piece of goalkeeping. The Lions of Teranga, Bruce,
yes,
haven't really attacked like Lions, have they?
They've not. We looked up Teranga, didn't we? Exactly what that comes from, what that means as the Netherlands attack down the left-hand side. Daley Blind sprinting as hard as he can to get this cross in from the byline. Depay attacks it, headed away by Cisse, nodded forward by Gakpo. That looked like a push from Dumfries. Flag stays down. Cisse is there again for Senegal. Yeah, the referee spotted the shove, and that will be a free kick to Senegal. And Teranga means sort of hospitality and generosity of spirit, and the kind of community feel in Senegal was our understanding of it.
You liked the word hospitality, didn't you?
Yes. Fan of that, Chris, as you know. Almost midway through the second half. Looks like another change coming for the African champions. Bamba Dieng, Marseille forward.
Oh, bit of an altercation at Marseille, wasn't it? Wanted away, looked like he had a move, and
could have gone to
Leeds United, and then Nice came in for him at the last minute, and he failed a medical at Nice, and ended up back at Marseille with his tail between his legs, really. But dangerous player to bring on.
Yeah, and very cool in the two crucial shootouts for Senegal this year against Egypt, in the Africa Cup of Nations and in the crucial World Cup qualifier. The penalty shootout that decided it to get here, scored his penalties in both shootouts. So he's getting ready to come on. Still Senegal 0, Netherlands 0. Senegal trying to attack down the left-hand side with one of the subs, Jacobs. Netherlands have it back on the halfway line. Lofted ball over the top. Gakpo will chase. Mendy will get there first, and the ball gets away from Gakpo and bounces harmlessly behind for a goal kick to Senegal. So we'll have to wait and see what Louis van Gaal has still got up his sleeve for the Netherlands. Still 0-0.
You're just seeing that save from Noppert again. The ball actually played out in a wide area. The angle against him. He shouldn't be beaten from there. They've just crept inside in their post.
Boulaye Dia, number 9, centre forward, comes off to be replaced by Bamba Dieng. He heads straight for the middle of the pitch to put himself up against Virgil van Dijk. Different challenge for the Dutch captain now. Mendy clears with his right foot. Ismail Assar jumps, beaten in the air by De Ligt. Kouyaté just cushions a little header down in midfield. Kouyaté gets it back, flicks it beyond De Jong, then he's fouled. Free kick for Senegal. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0. Instructions coming onto the field from one of the Dutch coaching teams, so Louis van Gaal remains seated. I mean, if you don't know the story about Louis van Gaal, a lot of his squad didn't even know that he was going for really grueling treatment for his prostate cancer at times, while he was obviously continuing to manage the national team. Here he is at the grand old age of 71, last management job. Ronald Koeman's going to take over after the tournament. Could be an incredible story if he can, as he believes he can. He thinks, he actually said, Chris, about this Dutch squad, you're not missing any football, by the way, at the moment, because Kouyaté's down injured and we're having a bit of a water break. He said that this squad, compared to his 2014 squad that got to the semi-finals, has an average higher quality. He really believes that this Netherlands team could do something. We've not quite seen it yet this evening, have we?
No, I mean, they haven't been, a clockwork orange. It hasn't quite clicked for them just at this moment. They're capable. Bringing Depay on now, good for him to get minutes in his legs. They should be ahead in this game. The opportunities they had in the first half, and you have to be clinical. It was interesting. How long have we got? 20 odd minutes.
Yeah.
If one of these teams can get a winner, doesn't half crank the pressure on the losing team.
Cheikhou Kouyaté, there's a stretcher out there for him at the moment. It was challenging midfield. De Jong stretched to win a ball after sort of Kouyaté had lobbed it over his head, and he's gone down and stayed down, and this is a little bit of a concern for Senegal. So it's Pat Gay, another Marseille player, waiting to come on. The lovely thing I read about him in the notes, he was a Watford player, Chris, did you see this, for about 24 hours, and then Watford got the call, and Pat Gay's agent said, we misread the contract, we thought he was getting paid 45,000 a week, and it was only 45,000 a month.
Well,
so that was that, and off he went. So he's getting ready to come on. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0.
It's still a few quid, isn't it?
No, it's a lot of money, Chris, isn't
Watford's a nice area.
Good
Used to live
team.
near Watford.
Good team, did you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chorley Wood.
So Cheku Kouyaté is coming off. Just trying to get a view of him here. Steeply sort of raked seats inside this stadium, and his arm is right across his face, which suggests he is in some distress. It looked relatively innocuous. You do hope that doesn't mean his World Cup is over. At the moment, Pape Gueye is trying to have a word with him, and now Kouyaté is just slowly sitting up on that stretcher. So Senegal want to make the change. More disruption to the game. She's never really got into a full-flowing rhythm. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0. Wales, USA on the way at 7 o'clock on 5 Live and BBC Sounds this evening. And as I've mentioned, the fact we're on the World Service today as well, with Senegal featuring here, so people listening to this enormous audience across Africa. The BBC World Football podcast is certainly one you might want to catch up with on the BBC Sounds app as well, discussing all the issues here at this World Cup on and off the field. De Jong on the ball for the Netherlands, just trying to build a bit of rhythm now, trying to make something happen in the last 20 minutes of this game. It's going to be a double change for Senegal, but they've got defending to do at the moment. Bergwijn plays it back into the feet of Dumfries. He takes a heavy tumble, but it's a fair challenge. Idrissa Gueye plays the ball out to the left-hand side to Ismaila Sarr. Sarr moving at pace at De Ligt, who's on the yellow card. Sarr inside the penalty area, cut back to Gueye, hits the drive, Noppert makes the save. That was hit with power. It was pretty much straight at the Dutch goalkeeper, and now the offside flag goes up as the rebound is chased, but Noppert called into action again.
Yeah, but it's Sarr again, isn't it? Down that left-hand side, causing De Ligt all sorts of problems, but he has the awareness just to feed a ball to the edge of the box. Idrissa Gueye takes a really good first touch and hammers the ball, and I've got to say, Noppert, my first impression was it was a brilliant save. He makes a bit of a meal of it. It's a save he should be making. Gueye went for power, but all the same important for Noppert to keep it out of the Dutch goal.
Nicholas Jackson, number 7, the other player on for Senegal, 21-year-old, making his debut for his country at this World Cup. Correct. 2 points, Chris. Well done. We've played 28 minutes in the second half. If you've been following us on social media as well, or the 5 Live or 5 Live Sports social feed, Chris Sutton's been giving me some challenges during this World Cup, questions about some of the countries that we're covering. Choices of 3, aren't they, Chris? And I've got to spot which is the false fact. If I get it wrong, I get a punishment, don't I? And I'm yet to get it wrong. Although I think our viewers will only have seen one so far, and that's going to continue throughout.
You got lucky with that, didn't you? You got very lucky. You didn't quite understand the game.
I misunderstood the rules and still gave the right answer.
Dutch facts.
Ake playing the ball back here to Noppert, who's been busier than Edouard Mendy in this second half, and we've only got 16 minutes left of the game. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0. Ball up towards the halfway line. Pape Gueye heads it forward. Here's Jackson, the other substitute, looking for the run of Sabali down the right-hand side, followed by De Jong. He's overrun it, and the ball goes behind for a Netherlands goal kick. So they just want to get a little bit more of a hurry on here and see if they can threaten Senegal late in this game.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm surprised by the Netherlands, showing a real lack of belief in this second half. That's nearly a nice touch from Depay.
Idrissa Gueye, left-footed ball, has the pace of Ismaila Sarr, beats De Ligt to the ball, again onto that right foot inside the Dutch box. That'll lay off here. First time shot, but the ball was behind him. It was Bamba Dieng who hit it, couldn't get it on target. Goal kick for the Netherlands. Yeah,
De Ligt, every time Sarr runs at him with the ball, De Ligt looks clumsy, doesn't he? Big guy. Sarr has caused him a lot of problems.
Long ball downfield from the Dutch. Koulibaly's clearance is blocked. This might work out well for Bergwijn. Bergwijn looking for the run of Dumfries. That is really good defending from Jacobs, who's stuck with him all the way. Knocks it behind for a Netherlands corner. Had to do that as well because Dumfries was getting himself into a crossing position.
Yeah, Bergwijn could have been more selfish there. Elected to play the ball to Dumfries, who was marauding into the box, but Jacob stayed with him. Can they make something from a set piece, the Dutch?
Not been convincing so far from the Netherlands this evening. Unbeaten in 15 games under Louis van Gaal. Scoring a load of goals as well. Absolutely flying through their Nations League group this year. 5 wins out of 6. 2 of those wins against Wales, a couple against Belgium, 1 against Poland. And not being able to do it against Senegal. Edouard Mendy waited for this corner to come in. It's an away swinger. De Ligt heads it down. Koulibaly smashes it away with his right foot. De Jong is underneath it in the centre circle. Right-footed pass to his right. Finds Berghuis. Berghuis plays into the feet of Depay. That's good from Depay. Nice touch to get him away from the defender. Out here to Blint. Blint's cross in towards the far post. Headed up in the air by Jacobs. Wants a foul for the challenge on him. Gets the decision. Free kick Senegal.
It's a really stupid challenge from... It was Dumfries, wasn't it? The ball hit on the diagonal from Daley Blind, just stood up at the far post. And Jacobs under pressure from Dumfries, but Dumfries really clumsy, clatters into the back of him. A chance gone, just seeing that Idrissa Gueye effort and the save from Nopper. Decent save.
Chris Sutton with us here. 5 Live and BBC Sounds and across Africa on the BBC World Service. Senegal, Netherlands 0. Mendy with the free kick from deep inside his own penalty area. De Jong underneath it trying to win a header. He's fouled. Free kick for the Dutch. It's getting very broken up at the moment. Just wondering, was that El Hadj Diouf that we saw there on our screens? I thought possibly.
Yeah.
He was obviously part of that famous 2002 Senegal team that made it through to the quarter-finals. Only 3 African nations have ever managed that in World Cup history. A lot of people actually fancied Senegal could at least do that at this World Cup. Then came news of the injury to Sadio Mane. Double change coming for the Netherlands now. Davy Klaassen, former Everton man, now of Ajax, is one of those who's going to be coming on. I think Steven Bergwijn is coming off, and the other is Teun Koopmeiners of Atalanta. Where's number 20 for the Dutch? So late double change by Louis van Gaal. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0. 12 minutes remaining in the game. Wales USA in full on the way at 7 o'clock UK time, and here's Frankie de Jong on the ball for the Netherlands. England beating Iran by 6 goals to 2 today. Bukayo Saka with 2, Bellingham, Sterling, Rashford and Grealish with the other goals. Chris and Robbie will want to hear from you on 6:06 this evening. Sabali, the right back for Senegal, clears with his right foot. The ball is flicked on by Pape Gueye, knocked out of play by Frankie de Jong. Throw in for Senegal, just short of the halfway line, wide on the right hand side. Louis van Gaal chuntering away, sitting next to Danny Blint there. Van Gaal in his dark blue blazer and his bright orange national tie. Throw in Senegal, wide on the right. Senegal 0, Netherlands 0.
Yeah, Louis van Gaal will want to end his managerial career on a real high, but they've just lacked that spark in the second half, haven't they? The Netherlands, hasn't really happened for them. Had the opportunities in the first half, didn't take them. But Mendy has had a relatively quiet second half.
Throw in Senegal, working their way slowly up the right-hand side. Sabali into Gueye. Gueye was asleep there, and Koopmeiners took it off him. Davy Klaassen, right-footed pass back to De Ligt. De Ligt crosses the halfway line, whips it out low to the right to Dumfries. Gakpo started to make a run, but Dumfries wasn't ready to play the pass. Lots of movement from the orange shirts ahead of the ball, but yet to find the killer ball. Here's De Jong. De Jong low to his right to Dumfries. Dumfries tries to slide that one through to Memphis Depay. Senegal clear, throw in Netherlands on the right, attacking position, 10 minutes remaining in the game. It's still goalless, as those drums continue to thunder beneath us. Ake, cross to De Jong. De Jong at walking pace, back to Ake. Ake wide to Daley Blind. Blind into Depay. Depay finds Ake again with a first-time ball. He's about 40 yards from goal, inside left channel. Little 1-2 with Van Dijk, and Van Dijk's pass doesn't find Ake. Ball easily given away. Nicholas Jackson plays it forward. Here's Idrissa Gueye. He's got Ismaila Sarr in space on the left-hand side. Jacobs coming hurtling forward beyond him. Sarr still on the ball, dribbling across the face of goal. Back to Idrissa Gueye. Gueye slides a pass to his right. Sabali. Pass down the right here to Jackson. Back to Sabali again. Sabali wide on the right-hand side, brings that ball infield towards Daley Blind, and Senegal come back out, and it looks like they're going to switch it to the left-hand side. 9 minutes to go, 0-0. The threat coming from the African champions at the moment. Cross in, and the ball is headed over the bar, and Senegal are appealing for a penalty, and I don't think they're going to get that decision. Is that Dieng?
Yeah, Dieng clutching Dieng. And the ball's high. Ake's got his arm.
Sarr.
Is it Sarr with it?
Sarr, yeah.
Ake has his arm slightly around him, but not enough in there.
No.
I think they're happy now, Senegal, to try and suck the Dutch in and then counter. That's when they look at their most dangerous, but the Dutch haven't come up with enough in the second half.
No. Latest Match of the Day Top 10 podcast at the moment, which I saw pop up on my BBC Sounds feed this morning. World Cup's greatest games. Not sure this one would necessarily feature in the top 10 of all the games in the history of the World Cup. Mendy's got the ball at his feet for Senegal, but they're always worth a listen. Alan Shearer, Micah Richards, Gary Lineker discussing lots of different World Cup themes. Free kick Senegal inside their own penalty area. 8 minutes to play. If they both start with a point, no disaster for them, Chris. Qatar and Ecuador also in the group. But
but the pressure's on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, everybody expects both these teams to beat Qatar. On the evidence of Qatar, they looked pretty average, I think, and that's being kind.
Yeah.
To the hosts.
Throw in on the left for Senegal.
Just difficult to know what to make of Ecuador.
Yes, yeah. But I think actually just to come through South American qualifying is some feat in itself, considering some of the nations you've got to beat to get there. Ake clears with his right foot for the Netherlands. Depay tries to flick it forward. Chance for Gakpo to chase and bring this ball away. Brings it under control. It's slowed down a bit here. Senegal have got men back. Cross comes into the penalty area. Chested bound by Depay. Flicks it up in the air. Sabali is there to clear for Senegal. De Jong plays to the left to Blind. Depay first time ball back to De Jong. De Jong head up. Curling cross in. That's a good one. And it's headed into the back of the net by young Cody Gakpo. They've got there late in the game, Netherlands. Cody Gakpo makes the run. Perfect ball finds him, and he heads it in to make it Senegal 0, Netherlands 1.
Yeah, they just needed that one moment of quality, and it's a brilliant run. I mean, of course it will be checked, but it looked like the timing of the run was absolutely excellent, and the ball was on the money. Mendy had committed himself, and Gakpo just had to find the target, used the pace of the cross. It was whipped in right-footed from Frankie de Jong on the left-hand side. Let's see Gakpo's run. Yeah, it's perfectly timed, but Mendy shouldn't come. He gambles Mendy, and Gakpo actually with the, looks like it comes off the back of his head. It's brilliant innovation from Gakpo into the back of the net, and that's a huge goal from a Netherlands team who really haven't threatened in this second half.
Fourth goal in just 10 international caps for Cody Gakpo, as Chris Sutton was just saying. Timed the run absolutely perfectly. Frankie de Jong, that was the interesting thing. When he got that ball back, never looked at the ball, was always looking up, was waiting for the run, curled the pass in beautifully. Edouard Mendy was suckered off his line, and Gakpo found the back of the net, and that changes everything in terms of the shape of the group.
I've got to say, it's dreadful goalkeeping, really is.
Senegal immediately trying to get back down the other end and try and find themselves an equaliser. Goal has come in the 84th minute. They've not got long. Senegal 0, Netherlands 1. Sabali Right-footed ball here to Nicholas Jackson on his debut. 21-year-old off the bench and into the game. Sabali let the ball go through his legs. Still got it wide on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Pat Gay. Low-driven shot with his left foot and long arm stretched out by Noppert. Might have just been creeping in at the near post. Got a hand to it. Behind it goes for a corner.
Yeah, but he's a long way out. And, Noppert should get a step in. He gets that long limb. Makes a smart enough save.
Corner's taken short. Sabali's played a little 1-2, the right back. Comes back to Nampali Mende. Curling ball towards the far post, headed down. Cisse, the centre-back, is there. Plays it out to the left. Cross hits Ake. Goes behind for another Senegal corner. Senegal 0, Netherlands 1.
And guess what? We see a bit of urgency now from Senegal. Haven't shown enough urgency throughout this game. Wouldn't say they would have been happy with a point, but haven't shown enough thrust themselves in the 90 minutes.
Corner from the left. He's driven low and back into the middle of the Dutch half. Ismail Jacobs is there. Ball comes back here to Mendy. Mendy floats one high, and that's perfect for Noppert. 6'8", saw it from a mile off, comes running off his line, leaps above everyone else and catches it cleanly. 3 minutes plus added time remaining. Wales against the USA on the way. 7 o'clock this evening. In the next hour of the show, you'll hear from Gareth Bale, Tyler Adams, the American captain, Cliff Jones, former Welsh great, and the American president as well, Joe Biden. Ian Dennis and Dion Dublin with the commentary. Can the Netherlands find a second goal to clinch it? Memphis Depay, good sliding challenge on him. Daley Blind fires a ball across the Senegalese half. Davy Klaassen has won it, finds its way to Blind. Blind looking for the run of Depay on the left-hand side. Depay keeps the ball in play just by that touchline. Stands the defender Sabali up in front of him. Little 1-2 with Blint. Netherlands quite happy just to keep it here. Lovely turn from de Jong. Jackson came racing in, just did a 360 around the ball and completely fooled him. Blint. 2 Senegalese defenders in front of him. Hits the shins of Sabali. Throw in for the Netherlands on the left. Senegal 0, Netherlands 1.
Yeah, and the man with the goal, Cody Gakpo, heavily linked with Manchester United, wasn't he? There's been moments in the game when he's looked very good, but drifted in and out, in fairness.
23 years old, playing his club football at the moment for PSV Eindhoven. Big moment for him on the world stage tonight. Late goal, looks like it might win the Netherlands their opening game. Edgar Davids.
Yeah. And that was Danny Blind on the bench.
Yeah.
No wonder Daley Blind has stayed on all the game.
Edgar Davids looking as cool as ever with the shades on, blue blazer as well, all in the team uniform. Throwing for the Netherlands wide on the left. Very happy to have the ball down here in the Senegalese half. Really weren't showing much before the goal in the second half, the Netherlands, but crucially have found the breakthrough. Cope Miners loses it. Ake steps in to win a header. Volleyed forward by Pat Gay. The ball goes miles up in the air, over the head of de Jong. Ake is underneath it, heads it straight up. De Jong is pushed to the floor by Bamba Dieng. So that'll be a free kick for the Netherlands. We're into the 90th minute of the game.
He's been the best player on the park, hasn't he? Frenkie de Jong. I mean, this is a big win if they can see this through. 3 points, haven't been at their absolute best, but against one of their big rivals, Senegal, in this group, with Qatar to come and Ecuador. They were my tips to top the group, the Netherlands. What are you laughing at?
Senegal, Qatar on Friday. So obviously with Senegal losing this game, that becomes very important to them. Netherlands, Ecuador, Friday, 4 o'clock will be interesting. 4 games coming your way tomorrow. 10 o'clock, early start. Well, Rick Edwards with the breakfast show from 6, obviously live here in Doha. But in terms of the football, build-up will start at 9. 10 o'clock, Argentina against Saudi Arabia. 1 o'clock, Denmark against Tunisia. 4 o'clock is Mexico against Poland. And then 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, Chris and I will bring you the defending champions France against Australia. 8 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Those last 2 fixtures I mentioned, by the way, are also on BBC television tomorrow.
Game of the day, that France-Australia, isn't it?
Told you we'd get a goal, actually, didn't I? Eventually. Senegal 0, Netherlands 1. Are we going to get another? Senegal still have 8 minutes to try and find themselves an equaliser. As I said right at the start of the commentary, this is their third World Cup, and both of the other two, they did start with wins against European opposition. Doesn't look like it's going to happen for them this evening. Bamba Dieng goes for an early cross with his right foot from the right. Dumfries heads it away. Jacobs is going to hit that optimistically, gets underneath it, and it goes miles over the bar for a goal kick.
Yeah, it wasn't ever really balanced or set. Jacobs, and that's well over the bar. But, you know, we knew they were going to miss Sadio Mane. In that final third, there's been no great link-up. Felt that Ismaila Sarr has shown some really good moments of individual play, but Noppert hasn't had really, or he hasn't been worked enough.
No.
They've been more pussycats, haven't they, than Lions? Senegal.
Made a couple of saves, Noppert, but as Chris was saying, saves that you would expect him to make. So shots on target, but relatively easily dealt with.
That will give him a great lift.
Yeah.
You know, confidence. First international cap.
Yeah, debut.
I mean, amazing.
Debut at the World Cup.
I mean, that's an amazing call, isn't it?
I know.
Heronveen,
and he's
Heronveen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, Chris. And he's first choice there this season, but the 9 years previously, wherever he's been, has not been a regular first teamer. So in terms of first team appearances, 37 appearances in 9 years ahead of this season. Then suddenly here you are for the Netherlands. You know, one of the fancy teams at this World Cup, and Louis van Gaal's put his trust in him. 1-0 to the Netherlands. Blint stretching, volleys a ball out of play. Throw in Senegal. We're in added time at the end of the game. Dutch leading 1-0. Still 6 minutes of added time remaining. And Senegal
just lacked a bit of oomph, haven't they, Senegal?
They have. Here's Mendy. That's Nampali Mendy.
It's all slow and pedestrian.
On the halfway line, across to Koulibaly. Koulibaly's trying to pick the pace up. He's making a surging run forward himself through the middle. There's the pass to Jackson. Tries to take it on the turn. The ball comes off him. Crossing to the far post. Not a bad one. Dieng stretching. Can't get the header down. Over the bar it goes. Another goal kick for the Netherlands.
Didn't time his jump. It's a good ball from Sabali out on that right-hand side. Whips the ball in. Dieng doesn't get up early enough. And he heads the ball well over the Dutch bar. There's going to be job done for the Dutch. 3 points.
Yeah, Martin de Roon waiting to come on. The Bulldog of Bergamo, as he's known, playing his club football for Atalanta. On for the goal scorer, Cody Gakpo.
Hang on a minute, the Bulldog
of Bergamo. You not like that?
Who calls him that?
Well, they do in Bergamo. Atalanta fans. Because he's a Bulldog in midfield. Lovely high five. It was actually Louis van Gaal applauded Cody Gakpo as he came towards him. Then there was a lovely high five. Davy Klaassen is caught. That is going to be a free kick. That's going to be a first yellow card for Senegal this evening. Nampali Mendy is the player to get it. So the game is getting away from them. They look pretty comfortable throughout. Gakpo's header, though, looks like it's going to take the 3 points for the Netherlands. Free kick for them just inside their own half. And Davy Klaassen has stayed down for the moment, and Louis van Gaal has come striding out to the edge of his technical area.
In these group stages, it's just about doing enough. You know, we've seen England wipe the floor with Iran today. 6-2 in the end.
6-2, yeah.
6-2, and we missed the last part of the game because of concentrating on this game. But you know, the Dutch to start this group with a win against Senegal, that's a big result.
Yeah,
and especially not being at the best, but it's that one moment of magic. De Jong, wonderful pass. Gakpo, beautifully timed run. Just drifting into the box at the right time. Scored with the back of his head. Mendy all over the place. And that's the difference.
3 minutes of added time remaining. Chris and I'll do a little match report and post-match chat for you. That will be part of the World Cup Daily Podcast, which you've got to make sure you subscribe to on BBC Sounds. Another yellow card goes against Senegal. This one for Idrissa Gueye, another Dutch player down. Is it Klaassen again on the halfway line? Game is being broken up. Netherlands won't mind that. They are heading towards
But this suits the Netherlands,
Exactly.
doesn't it? You know, the game becoming very bitty. It is class. Go, he takes an elbow there.
Yeah.
Side of the head. I mean, that he's using his arm as leverage, but that's a sore one.
So, Idrissa Gueye, yellow card. Nampali Mendy, yellow card. Who knows, might be a factor going into their final group game. Senegal when they face Ecuador in that one. Senegal 0, Netherlands 1. David Klaassen is now sitting up and is slowly going to get to his feet. 3 minutes of added time remaining. Wales, USA on the way here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds at 7 o'clock. And we're going to get the team news ahead of that game very shortly. Just going to see what the Dutch do with this free kick. Van Dijk, well, that is woeful. He's just played the ball straight out of play. Save us, Ian Dennis. Bring us the team news. Wales back at the World Cup for the first time since 1958. Who's starting?
And from the team that got them there against Ukraine back in June, Rob Page has made 2 changes, Ali. Mepham for the injured Allen, doesn't want to risk Joe Allen. And surprisingly, Harry Wilson starting instead of Kiefer Moore. Wayne Hennessy, as expected, is preferred in goal to Danny Ward.
Ian Dennis with Dion Dublin this evening. Kick-off at 7 o'clock. From 10 o'clock tonight, Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage taking the calls on 6:06. Senegal 0, Netherlands 1.
It's a big call, isn't it?
Yep. What, no Kiefer Moore?
Yeah. Always better off to have a good big one, Bruce, in the team, aren't you?
Can always use him from the bench. Can imagine he'll be a factor possibly later in the game. Depay.
Good big and better than a good little
Not
Bruce.
always, Chris, not always, as you well know. Here's Nicholas Jackson for Senegal. Plays a ball across his own penalty area. Senegal have given it away. They've only got a minute to try and find an equaliser, but they can't get out of their own half at the moment. Dumfries, though, has conceded a needless foul, so they will get a late free kick. It looks like the Cody Gakpo goal.
They're not going to score. They haven't looked like scoring,
No.
Bruce. I'll say it now.
Okay, here we go then.
Not going to happen. The Dutch have looked really comfortable in the second half defensively.
Here we go. Koulibaly, long ball forward is sliced. Blint heads it away. Klaassen chests it down. De Jong clips it forward. Depay plays it back into his own half.
Composure now. See the game through.
You're right. Here's De Ligt. De Ligt back to his goalkeeper, Andries Noppert. Clears with his left foot. That crosses the halfway line. Ball is flicked on. Depay is in a one-on-one with Koulibaly up to the edge of the penalty area. Depay with his left foot. Mendy saves, comes back to Klaassen, who sticks it away. And the Netherlands seal it with a goal in the very last minute of the game. Mendy saves the initial shot from Memphis Depay, but Davy Klaassen on the follow-up. Netherlands start with a win. Senegal 0, Netherlands 2.
Yeah, classy from Klaassen in the end.